Ora bem. Let's do this. Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. It's the end of 2022 and today I'm gonna give you my top 5 aggressive skates of 2022.
In this little section of the promise.
Now let me just start by telling you that this video is sponsored by Bladeville. So Bladeville is a shop that it's located in Poland, but they ship worldwide. So if you like any of the skates that I'm gonna speak throughout the video, you can find them all and every single product in this video, you can find them all at bladeville.com. Throughout the year, I ended up skating with a lot of different skates. Let me just pull the list so I can tell you which skates I skated this year. Important for you to know, this is a personal opinion. That doesn't mean that these are definitely the best skates. Of course, it's my personal opinion. And other than that, for this 2022 top 5, what I'm going to do is only the skates that I tested or that I tried for the first time in 2022 are participating or are contestants for this top 5. So there are other skates that I may not be talking about, even if I like them a lot, but because I didn't try them for the first time in 2022 or they were not released in 2022, then, well, they're not part of this top 5. So let's see what skates I've tried for the first time this year. And I wrote them down here so that I wouldn't forget. Throughout this year, the skates that I've tested were the Mesmer John Bolino, the Roces SL Derek Anderson, the Fifth Element Aquamarine, the FR Antony Pottier, the Roces M12 Malva, the USD Aeon 80, the USD Sway Chris Farmer, the Dam Pet Reader, the Roces Dogma Bobi Spassov, the IQON AG10, the Mesmer Dominic Bruce, and the USD Shadow Eugen 3. There was another pair of skates that was sent to me right before this video was made, which is the God's Team skate, all white. But that skate, well, I just got it. I haven't made a review, so I can't really put it on this list. Now, there are two skates that are not part of my top 5, but in my opinion, they really deserve 2 honorable mentions for being different, for having something that the others don't. Those 2 skates are the USD Aeon A80 and the FR Antony Pottier. And the reason why I think these deserve honorable mentions is because the USD Aeon 80 is a one-piece construction, meaning that they got a mold to make a one-piece made out of plastic, that it's the skate that you got. And what you got with that is a 4x80 millimeter that is actually pretty low. So the frame is built in with the boot and making it a very low ride. So you are skating 80 millimeters, 4x80 millimeters, but you are still able to do grinds, a lot of them like more technical tricks. Example, when I skated the USD Aeons, I was able to do grabbed back slides on an 80 millimeter skate on a coping, and I was skating with Robert Guerrero and he was able to do pretty technical stuff, and I've seen a lot of people online doing a lot of that stuff. But because it's an 80 millimeter skate, you can also do all those wizardy type of tricks. Depending on the wheels that you got, you may have like a more swivelly setup or not. So it's a setup that I really like. So I thought it would be important to give an honorable mention to this one. The second one, the FR Antony Pottier, I think it's a very unique skate because we all know that the FR Antony Pottier come from the FR1, 2, 3 and FRX, which is a free skate boot a lot of people really love. And what they did with that is that they adjusted that boot in order to be able to put a sole plate. And you have a boot that works really good as a UFS aggressive skate with a sole plate, but you can also take the sole plate out and skate it with a UFS big wheel frame and still have all the benefits of a free skate. So in my opinion, these two skates are awesome. Also on the FR Antony Pottier, you can get a skate for 250 euros. You can get a boot for 250 euros with the Intuition liner, which is, I would say, by far the best liner on the market. So in my opinion, these two are very important to mention how good they are, but important also to know that these are different from the regular aggressive skates that you have on the market. Now, starting with the top 5, and right here I only have my top 3. Starting with the top 5. In 5th place, it's a skate that a lot of people love, a lot of people would put in 1st place, but for me, it still made the top 5. It's not my favorite skate, but it's a skate that I love to skate for certain reasons, and that is the Dam Patch Reader. To start with, I love the colorway, but that's not the reason why I'm putting it in top 5. The reason why I'm putting it in top 5 is because the Dam Patch Reader had some changes. It was the first one to come with a bit of a wider sole plate without being too wide. It's a skate that just works, and for a lot of people, it's their favorite skate, as I said previously. What I like about the Dam skates, the Dam 909 specifically, is that it's a skate that is pretty flexible. If you skated the Dam 908, well, the Dam 908 was, in my opinion, extremely flexible. So it was a bit too bendy. There was not as much support as you get on the 909. The 909, because they changed the whole lacing area, it made the skate, in my opinion, something that just works. It's something that I like. It's somehow lightweight. It slides okay, but there's also some cons. And for me, the main cons would be the sole plate. Even if they increased a bit the hardness of the sole plate to last longer, it still is a sole plate that it goes, you can grind it too quickly, and it's an expensive sole plate. In fact, the skate in general, I understand that it's a newer mold, but it's a bit more pricey than most of the skates on the market. And we cannot forget that just 3 years ago, the Dam 908 was supposed to be one of the entry-level skates. For 180, you could get the full boot, and now most of them you are paying 400 or even 500 for a skate. So it's a bit of a skate in a pricier option, but we also know that they're giving back a lot to the community. They did a lot of really cool stuff this year. So Dam 909 Patch Reader was my 5th choice. Then my 4th favorite skate for the year, it's something that I don't have anymore, and there is the USD Sway Chris Farmer. It's a skate that I could very easily put the USD Sway Chris Farmer in the 1st position. Honestly, it's a skate that I really, really, really loved. I love the sole plate. I love how I can move inside the skate, the type of grinds that I can do with it. I still feel somehow a supportive boot. I really like it. But it has a big con for me. And the con that I found on the USD Sway Chris Farmer, the one that I tried this year, but I think it applies with all the sways, is that it has a lot of forward flex. And that's probably the reason why I can do a lot of the stuff that I was just saying. But by having so much forward flex, I started feeling a little bit of knee pain after skating this way, so I had to put them to the side. And in fact, I haven't been skating them for a bit, so I actually deassembled the setup. I don't have a boot with frames anymore because I love them, and I don't want to have them available to me, because otherwise I will skate and I will feel some knee pain. But also the USD Sway Farmer was a skate that allowed me to find ways to skate an anti-rocker skate without getting knee pain. And the way that I found to do that was by started using shorter frames. By using shorter frames, even if I would have a lot of forward flex and I would feel like my knee was bending more, not more than was supposed, but I'm not 20 anymore, so probably that was one of the main reasons. I see a lot of people out there skating, no one is complaining about the same, and I'm not saying that this is a problem that is going to happen to everyone. It happened to me. I'm just sharing my opinions. But I ended up realizing if I would skate with a shorter frame, it would reduce the way that I would feel my knee pain. But when I put it like a flat setup, it didn't work the same. Even if it's something that I like, there are other setups that I'm gonna speak on the next 3 skates that I will talk about that worked better. So yeah, in 4th place for me, the USD Sway. In this case was the Chris Farmer, but I would put the USD Sway as my 4th favorite skate of the year. Now, let's start opening these with, how does this open? Okay. First, very important, the scale. Because I think there's like a pattern here with what's inside, but you'll see what I'm saying. Now, in 3rd place, this one, right here. This is the IQON AG10. It's the pricier skate, the pricier aggressive skate that I skated all year long, and just the boot itself of this AG10 goes for $5.99. And the reason for this boot to go for $5.99 is because it has a carbon cuff, which is unique in an aggressive skate. I have never seen an aggressive skate with a carbon fiber cuff. It's also a carbon fiber shell. And what this does is that it's a carbon skate that has a good forward flex. I wouldn't say that it has extreme forward flex, but it has a good forward flex because of the carbon on carbon makes the hinged cuff work. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but having 2 art pieces made out of the same material just make the hinged cuff work. Now, important, I know that if I tied them a lot, it will completely restrict me from side movement. But what I did with these is, because of this squishy thong that comes on the skate and me not tightening too much, I kind of felt like I would have the support, the lateral support, even without tightening the skate way too much, because the support would come from the material of the cuff, the carbon fiber. So again, I would have that forward flex, enough lateral support, and the sole plates are huge. Sometimes I even wish they were a little bit smaller. I'm a size 43. It kind of feels like the sole plate was too big for me. Sometimes I was even tripping, but I really enjoyed it. And check what I just said about the previous skate. I was skating these ones with the Create Originals shorter version, which is, I don't want to say anything wrong, I think it's 242. It's a pretty short frame. I skated with 58s, anti-rockers. This is how I got this skate, and I still skate it quite often. So this is a skate that I really, really enjoyed, the IQON AG10. Now let's see how heavy this one is. The IQON AG10 has an anti-rocker setup, is 1889 grams, 1889 grams. So this is it. 3rd place, IQON AG10. Now, 2nd place, here we go. Boom. Some would complain, saying that this is a Valo skate. Let me tell you one thing, so what? It's very similar to what a Valo skate was. A Valo was one of most skaters' favorite skate. And for me, the reason why I like it, it's nothing to do with Valo. There's, I would say, 4 reasons for me to like it. These Roces Dogma, and I actually even skated it, look, almost stock. The 4 reasons why I liked the most about this skate was, to start with the shell. This is the Roces M12 shell, which is a shell that I really, really, really love. I like how snug it is around my foot without having pressure points. That's for me, that's not for everyone. Then the second thing that I really like about this is the sole plate. So if I would skate a Roces M12, just like most of the people would think, the sole plate is not the widest, which is cool for some things. On a Roces M12, I like it for transition, but then the sole plate, it's not very wide. So if I want to do some tricks on ledges, or if I want to do like, I always say the same, the front torque would be harder for me. I would need to lean more. So having this sole plate, which is the same sole plate that comes on the 5th element, is cool. I really like it. It's a wide sole plate. In fact, it's even wider than it would be on the 5th element, because me being 275 millimeters on a 5th element, I should be on a size 42, while on a M12, I'm on a size 43. So this sole plate is from the size 43, meaning that the sole plate on this skate is a bit wider than it would be on the 5th element. I don't know if it's making sense for you guys, but basically what you need to know is that This would be the Roces skate where you would have the widest sole plate, and because of the shell that you have, it's still snug around your foot. Then the third thing, which became a thing for me this year, it's how they sound. Because of the leather, the sound is very muffled. You don't listen too much like clack, clack, clack. You're gonna be listening a lot more like poof. The sounds on this skate when you land something is just satisfying. So it's something that I really like about this skate. And the fourth thing that I really like about this skate, it's that this is from Bobi Spassov. Bobi Spassov is one of my favorite skaters. I was lucky enough to have Bobi staying with me for a couple of weeks throughout 2022. So yeah, the second most liked skate of 2022 for me was the Roces Dogma Domestic Punk, the Bobi Spassov Pro model. I skated it with the stock liner, stock frames, but smaller. I used the smaller frame, and yeah, I even got the stock wheels right here. But I still think the wheels are not the fastest. That's it. Top two. Let's just see how heavy these are. Let's not forget 1889 for the IQONs. These ones 2,215 grams for the Roces Dogma. Now, my favorite skate of the year is this one right here. I made some changes to the original setup, but this one right here, this is the Mesmer Dominic Bruce. Throughout this year, I was able to skate with two skates from Mesmer, with the first one being the Mesmer John Lino, which, in my opinion, being black with a white sole plate, it's a safer color. But because it was my first ever time skating with that skate, I went with my regular size. Again, a size 43, it's usually my regular size on skates. By the end of the year, I was able to get these one size down, and putting some intuition liners, or even with the stock liner it would fit, I was able to have these skates fitting a lot better. So if I enjoyed the Mesmer John Bolino a lot, and they felt a bit big. On these ones, when I skated the Dominic Bruce skates, I really like them. I love the sole plate. I love how this boot, how the shell fits around my feet. And it's just like, it makes it so easy for me to do so many of the tricks that I really love. Again, I'm gonna go back to the front torque. I love doing front torques with this. A lot of times I suck with topside tricks, but with these skates, I somehow can do topside tricks good. It has a good forward flex, and because of the forward flex not being extreme, but also allowing me to move my knees forward, I'm able to do negative tricks. In fact, funny enough, these skates don't have a negative plate as wide as the shadows, but I can do negatives with these better than I can on the shadows, which for a lot of people may not make a lot of sense, but it has to do, once again, forward flex with the foot spinning outside, and I'm doing a negative. And that's what happens with these. I don't know, they just work better for me. And then very important too about this skate is the landings, because it's a raised heel skate. Basically, there's some plastic here, like the sole plate is thicker, and the boot is made to have like a raised heel, a bit like a free skate. So on this skate, I kind of feel like when I land backwards, I feel so much more comfortable. I don't know why, it just works. Now let me check how heavy these ones are. (1,914 grams. When I skated the original ones, just the liner itself was actually heavy. So by having them anti-rocker with the Kaiser super fluid 4 frame, all black, undercover, 60 millimeters, free letting, anti-rockers, and Intuition V2s, once again, 1,910 grams. Now, top 3, but I still got another skate, and I'm gonna need to tie it in first place with the Mesmer, and these may not make sense after what I said at the beginning of this video that I would only count skates that I first reviewed in 2022, but I need to bring this skate in, and the reason why I need to bring this skate in is because it's the skate that I probably skated the most throughout 2022. I don't know if you can imagine what skate that is, but that skate is this one right here, the blank Sean Keen skate, exactly the way this one is right now. And this one has the RL2 liner. In fact, this is not the final RL2. This is a previous, like one of the first samples that they made of the RL2, and it works so good inside the skate. It just works. Basically, this is a size 42.5. I think it's 9.5 in US sizes, and again 275. And with the original liner, I was feeling like really, really close to the front of the skate. And with this liner, it just fits great. It's what it is. And then right here, I got a new everything frame with dad wheels. I don't want to say anything wrong. I never know. I think these are the, I don't know if it's the 82s or the 92s in the front, the 88s or the 92s, but I know that these ones are the 95s. And this thing, it's almost about the only thing that I can be good at skating flat. Yes, there are other skates on the market that are amazing for skating flat, and I can make two mentions, which are the USD Aeon 60s. Those are amazing skates. I skated them for a long time. I had some problems with the soles after a bit, being a bit slow, especially in alley-oops. And the other one would be the M12 with the solar frame. I really like the M12 with the solar frame, but it's mainly for transition. Now with this skate, I could skate this skate flat and either street, rails, ledges, transition. It just works. I really like how this thing works. The reason for that, one of the main reasons for that, is that the frame, it's synced in the sole plate. Basically what you see here, it's a cutout sole plate, and then this frame just goes in that hole created by the sole plate. So this is attached to the boot, and the sole plate just wraps around the frame. And what that does is that the frame becomes instantaneously lower. So I don't know, man, it just feels like I'm not skating flat. I don't know. I learned tricks with these. Like, I'm gonna go back to the torques, man. I learned switch torques with these. I'm okay at doing top sides with these because it feels like it's a lower frame, and then with especially hard wheels in the middle, it just works. I don't know. Now, something that it's quite interesting about this is this. Check this out. This skate is 2,228 grams. This is basically the heaviest skate that I skated throughout the year. Now, I'm not someone that jumps. It's just the way it is. I don't jump a lot, so I don't feel like having a heavier skate for me was something bad. I just like it. So if I put these two on a scale and tell you which one I like the most, well, I would tie them. I would say they are both my favorite skates for 2022. I love how this feel. I just love how this feel. I love how I can grind with these. But if I skate them anti-rocker, it's not the same. Now, these, it's almost perfect to me. But there are a lot of things that it's still easier for me to do with this. So, yeah. In terms of aggressive skating, the Mesmer Dominic Bruce and the Rollerblade Blank Sean Keen are my favorite skates for 2022. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 2023 is around the corner, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff happening in 2023, even from my side. I hope there's something that it's happening soon, so maybe my opinions next year will be different. For sure they will be different. I will be testing a lot of stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you didn't like the video, you can always give me a thumbs down, but please let me know in the comments what you didn't like about this video. Now, very, very, very important. If you want to support what I do here with this channel, please, why don't you become a Patreon? The link is in the description, and it's a way for you guys to support what I do here. I do giveaways with my patrons and with my YouTube members. I do exclusive videos just for my members. I give them access to the courses that I have online. I also give you discount on skates. So if you want to buy one of these skates, become a member and you'll get 15% off. And that's it. With that being said, don't forget why we all started skating. And that it's because it's fun now. Cheers and see you soon.